Now, NIO has got total battery swapping stations of around 3,400. I mean, yesterday I did a video where we were talking about NIO officially having 1,000 battery swapping stations on the highway, and so many of the NIO users are very excited about this. I mean, there was a video that was trending on the streets of social media of a NIO user who bought NIO around 2019, or his NIO model around 2019, and he said there were like, was it one or couple of, not even more than 10 battery swapping stations along the highways. And seeing that now there are 1,000 battery swapping stations, he was so excited about the massive convenience that the new user will be getting as they are on the road or as they are driving around, of course, China, right? And this just shows us that NIO continues to offer massive convenience to those that subscribe to bus. Now, the reason why I decided to again do this video today is that I wanted to just let you know that, as I've told you before, that me, where I'm sitting at right now, I buy NIO at least 3 times a month, right? Beginning of the month, mid-month, and end of the month. And end of the month, it's my 9 to 5 salary. Beginning and mid-month, this is the salary from my side businesses or some things that I do on the side, right? Which obviously today my first side thing just paid me, and I'm going to buy, but it's not a lot, guys. I mean, I'm buying like today I think I deposited like what, $500 or close to that, or something close to that, and I'm going to buy NIO shares, right? And hopefully I get to lower my average, because my average, as I've told you, it's around $15 or just over $15, which I hope to get it to below $10 end of Q3. That is the target. I told you I'm gonna go heavy this month. In fact, the month of July, I'm gonna buy NIO 4 times, right? Because after this one, the one that comes mid-month, I'm gonna take a purchase. But this is another one that is coming mid-month this month, which is something that I'm looking forward to, which is why I said mid-month I'm looking at buying shares of between 300 and 1,000 shares, right? I'm quite certain that the way I know it, I'm quite certain that I'm going to buy almost 1,000 shares, adding to my existing shares to bring my average down, and I'll continue loading. End of the month, when I get my 9 to 5 pay, I'm going to go again and buy, so that at least I can get to that place where end of Q3 I'm on a single digit. My average is almost on a single digit. I mean, that will be a day, and I promise you guys, when that day comes, if there is an opportunity and I get to that, by God's grace, I'm going to tell you when I get to that. But that is my target by end of Q3, guys. I want to see my average go down below $10, single digit. If it comes like that, if it comes to pass, my dear friends, it will be lights out for me, right? And I hope to see that takes place. I choose to ignore the day-to-day movement, but I focus on where NIO is headed. These news that I just started by giving you about battery swapping stations and the highways, it these are some of the things that motivates me to remain long and strong onto NIO, because what makes NIO different from the other EV companies is obviously battery swapping station technology that they are deploying, or which they've been deploying for quite some time. And this technology, it is the one that makes other even EV competitors to really be a bit jealous sometimes about NIO, because this is something that NIO is doing alone. No EV maker out there globally is doing the same or is deploying the battery swapping station technology except for NIO. And that, my dear friends, makes the other EV companies to really be a bit jealous, because this is a technology that is quite unique, and so many people thought NIO would fade with this technology, but NIO has been showing some massive growth, has been showing some massive success. I mean, over the weekend we spoke about NIO battery swapping stations last week on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, exceeding 100,000 battery swaps on a daily basis, which therefore shows you that NIO, though they might not be at a break even when it comes to this technology, or on the battery swapping station side of things under NIO Power, but very soon they will be getting to profitability, because there are new models coming or new products under their sub brands coming. And over and above that, also this will open up more battery swapping stations that gets to be completed by NIO's battery swapping stations. I mean, Firefly, there are no battery swapping stations that allow Firefly users to swap or complete their battery swapping. But we know next year, or as early as next year, NIO Firefly users will be able to utilize NIO's battery swapping stations to also perform a battery swap, which is something that we look forward to. Onvo L90, it's going to be launched in the next coming few minutes, and I'll give you those updates as they come. But me today I'm going in. I just thought I let you know of this. Maybe on the last video that I do today, I'll just show you a transaction that I'm going to make buying NIO right today, because like I said, I just loaded, and hopefully I get to buy, hopefully I get to acquire as many shares as possible, right? I mean, this month it's going to be a good one for me, because it's a month where I'm going to see, unlike the others, I'm going to see at least myself acquiring over 1,000 shares of NIO, which will be so great, so amazing, so exciting, because it's always good to add more shares, and it does not matter how many shares you own. That, I mean, some people might be talking about owning 40,000 NIO shares. Someone might be talking about owning 100 NIO shares, and they are very excited. And this is because, look, people are not the same. I mean, me, I'm not rich, right? But look, I can buy with the legal money that I get. I can buy, I can accumulate shares. I mean, honestly, I don't own that much of shares. My shares, I still own less than 10,000 shares, I can tell you that. But I'm not yet at that level where I own 50. I know there's a guy who just sent me a screenshot. He owns like what? He owns like almost 100,000 shares of NIO. I'm like, what? This guy is super rich, right? But again, I'm not yet there. Also, look where I'm at with NIO, to say that, look, I'm trying my best, I'm doing my best. This is what I can afford. I mean, to some other people, massive financial freedom to them, or it talks about maybe if they can get $100,000, then they know they've reached the next level. Someone can talk about $1 million, another talks about $10 million. It depends on people, it depends where you are in life. So never really underlook people when they say their shares. I remember there was a guy who, I think on this channel, shared that he owns around 1,500 shares, 1,600 shares, and someone came out and said that it's that's too low. He must really push to get more shares because it's too low. But again, you don't know how much can people afford to buy, right? And I think, to me, even if, that's why I said, even if you own 100 shares of NIO, right, and that's what you can afford, you should be proud of yourself, man, because unlike other people, they would just talk and not make any actions, you are a step ahead, right? By owning those 100 shares, those 1,000 shares, you are a step ahead of so many people that are just saying, one day I will do this, one day I will buy NIO, and they are not making any actions of buying NIO. I mean, my first transaction when I bought NIO, I remember started buying NIO with like what? I had like 50 shares. I started with 50 shares. And to know that over the years, since July of 2020, because that was the first month started buying NIO, and to see where I'm at in terms of progress, man, sometimes it's just so great. I thank God that for the opportunity of the low trading price, because it is making me to accumulate as many shares as possible, and hopefully when NIO goes back to the $66.99, it's gonna be lights out for me, that's for sure. It's gonna be great news for me, that's for sure. And hopefully we go to the promised land together. I just thought I'd give you this quick update. I just come and tell you what I'm doing today. Tell me what you think. When last did you buy? Comment below. I'll see you on the next one, my dear friends. Like, share, subscribe, and God bless you all.